How did your first day of Novel November go? For me, I'm recording this on Saturday afternoon after I've written about 1,700 words on my new story, and as you're watching this, I will probably be on my second cup of coffee and another 1,700 to 2,000 words in. I'll update the description when I've got my end of day numbers for you, but I hope you're getting a good start and getting pretty close to being on track with your 1,667 words a day. I realized today while I was out at the sauna after my writing that I should probably get you guys started in backups and novel protection pretty early on. I don't want to wait 2 weeks just in case something happens. So there's a guideline behind backing up data. This comes from the tech world, but it applies to personal data that's really important as well. And that is the 321 guideline. It means that you want 3 copies of your data backed up. That could be your novel file, it could be pictures you're working on, it could be your camera roll. But 3 different locations, and it should be 2 different kinds of media. So, I like to use things like these USB flash drives that I get pretty cheaply refurbished. I have enough around that I can use them for that. But I also have some SSDs that plug into my computer or my phone, and I can access data there as well. So you're looking at 3 copies of your novel. You're looking at 2 different kinds of media, maybe a USB drive and a cloud service like OneDrive or iCloud or Dropbox or anything like that. And at least 1 copy of them should be off-site. That means they're not where you live or work or wherever you're creating your data. For me at home, the cloud meets that requirement because OneDrive is not in my house. I would probably notice the noise if it was. But I keep a copy in my hard drive on the computer. That's my working copy. I keep a copy in OneDrive, and that's my offsite copy. And then every week or month, depends on how much I change, I will copy the OneDrive folder onto an external drive. And the cool thing is I can have that external drive automatically sync to Dropbox, so I have 2 cloud copies. And then I take that SSD or USB drive and put it in the car, put it in my desk at work, put it at a friend's house every so often. That way I've got all of that coverage, but it's overkill. Really, if you get yourself a good USB flash drive, I'll put some links in the description. Really, you can get an amazing quality and capacity drive for about $10 on Amazon, or you can get it at Best Buy or Walmart or Target or anywhere that sells electronics of any sort, pretty much. And you're going to pay $5, $10, maybe $20 if you go overkill. So you can afford to get a couple of them probably. But do those backups. If you're using a cloud writing platform like AutoCrit or Readsy, they have export options that I'll be glad to help with in a future video. But you can export the file to a Word document, or at least on Readsy, I've done this regularly, you can do a PDF that's printable or an EPUB that you can use send to Kindle to put onto your Kindle devices or your phone or your tablet. But if you export those regularly, maybe plan to do it, if you're really paranoid, do it every day. That wouldn't really hurt much. But if you do it every week, like when you see my weekly video update, go and do your backups now. Get 1 copy off to the cloud, get 1 copy onto your USB drive, and leave me a comment down below to tell me that you've actually gotten that done and what kind of devices and cloud services you're using. I'm curious. So that's my guide for you today, my little bit of a tip. If you're looking for something to write about, you've probably already got a character. So put your character in an airport lounge or an airport waiting area, boarding area at the gate. Think about what your character sees. Who do they see? What's going on? What catches their eye? And if you don't know what your character's doing like that, think about it for yourself. Maybe it's not an airport, maybe it's a train station. Maybe, I'm walking distance from Caltrain here in the San Francisco Bay Area. If you go to the Caltrain station, you see a much different population and a much different environment than you do, say, at the Amex Lounge at Las Vegas Airport. But there's people, there's things to see, there's quirky things. If you can't imagine it, go to a local transit location and see what you see. Go to a store, go to a coffee shop. Just walk down your street, see what you notice. I told you yesterday about being able to dictate into notes or word processors or things like that on your phone. Maybe you put your AirPods in, you start the notes, you start the dictation, and you just walk down the street and talk to yourself. We all do it. and note what you see. Like if I look outside here, there's a nice red car. I don't know what kind it is. I could go look at it. And if I were downstairs, I would go look at it, make a note of what it is, and imagine what kind of person drives it. Why did they pick that car? Was it their grandfather's car that they inherited? Did they steal it or win it in a poker game? Maybe they just found it on a marketplace site for $300 and that's all they had. I've been there myself. I had a 1985 Volvo that I got 20 something years ago, and it was $300. I could afford it, it was available, and it mostly worked for about 3 years until I drove it into the ground. So you could have a character doing that, and you can pick up ideas for what your characters are doing just by walking down the street. Go to a coffee shop, go to Target, go to Walmart, go to Costco. Oh, geez, there's so much inspiration in Costco. If you want to learn about people who can't drive a shopping cart, much less a car, just walk through Costco for 10 minutes and talk to yourself in the earphones. And you'll get plenty of ideas for characters, for drama. Imagine why these people got to this level of obliviousness to each other in a public place. That's all I got for you today. I will update the description below with my word count today, and I hope you'll leave a comment and let me know what you've done. And once again, keeping with the rules of the YouTube creators, I would love it if you would like this video, subscribe and turn on notifications, share it with your friends. I'll be back maybe tomorrow, but probably at least once more before next weekend with another update. And until then, happy writing. I'm pulling for you.